And if you are looking at this world from just a physical perspective, even there's a certain point of view that if you're looking at the world from that point of view, it's all very confusing as to why everything feels so chaotic, as to why everything is happening the way it's happening. We have to look at the true reality of it. We have to reconnect to the fact that we are souls and not everything about this life is physical. Not everything about this life is physical. There are many capacities we have beyond the physical experience. Explain dreaming to me, please. Explain that to me from a physical standpoint. There's just so much, since I was a kid, I always was fascinated with, the mind and people and just, the truly the spiritual diversity of people. Your mind is not going to look the same next to another person's. It's not going to be the same. You are an individual, which maybe it's just in my own experience. I am a type of person that often the collective is me. I often tend to, just experience things very collectively in terms of the world and humanity. And that is me. But I'm stepping into and learning and coming to understand the significance of being an individual too. Being an individual. Anyway, the thing that I really wanted to touch on is, we're in a world where there are many actual entities, beings that we do not see. Energies. If you can start seeing energies, seeing spirits, you'll understand when they play role in the physical reality. Sometimes there are people speaking and it is not them speaking. It is not their truest self speaking. That's why we see commonalities across humanity, the darkness. There are commonalities within the darkness across humanity. You'll see patterns in people. You will see certain behaviors coming to light. And it will often be very perplexing. It can be very perplexing. Even if you're watching it, you'll know what's happening. If you reach this level of discernment. There's some people, are. I don't know. Sometimes the people that I'm talking to or who I'm teaching feels very diverse. It feels like there are people that are aware of these things, and then there are people that also are not quite yet aware. And I feel like I have to bridge this gap through both experiences, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's the reality of it. It's like, I know what both experiences feel like. It's like to be on this side of it and to be on that side of it. I grew up in a very conditioned environment. I grew up in a very conditioned community. I grew up in a place where a religion, a very new religion, might I say, not like these religions that have existed for, thousands of years or centuries, like, I grew up in a place where a new religion dominated the thought. And if you thought outside that box or stepped outside that box, you were judged, ridiculed, like, interestingly enough, even though, there are many individuals, like, we are all individuals, like, it was a group of people that actually wanted you to be the same as everybody. Like that's just how that community impacts people. Then they all start looking the same and liking the same things and wearing the same clothes and thinking the same way, having the same behaviors, even though none of those thoughts or behaviors are truly authentic. I grew up in an environment where it was very much like, be this way, think this way, this is what it is, period. And I grew up under that. So that was a defining aspect of my, my early life. And most of my life, honestly. Even though I was always kind of different than, everybody else within that space, it was most of my life that I had those things drilled into my mind and into my heart, and like, oh, you're bad if you all these things that people in life do experience. So it's like a certain rejection of experience, which can be difficult to cope with as you open up to the possibilities of experience. And this is, I think this applies to, any sort of shifting of a paradigm or cracking open a certain box of limitation within yourself. It's an interesting process to go through. There is something so deep inside of me that wants to help people who thought the way I used to think. Because those ways of thinking caused me sickness within my body, sickness within my spirit. It all ties together. Your physical sickness, your physical symptoms are symptoms of a spiritual matter, of something that's affecting your spirit. Like, to me, this is like, duh. Just because I've studied it, I've experimented upon it. But to much of these people in the world thinking that everything's physical, like Western medicine, I'm getting really intolerant of it Because there's nothing more than a physical symptom and a drug. That shit's not medicine, my friends. I'm sorry. That shit's not medicine. It's a system that is built on suppression. And the fact that it is a business built on suppression, it kills me. Kills me. It is the way the society has been conditioned. There are people who think that, it is a positive thing. And the way that I see it is that it's just a certain way of going about it. It is a way of going about it, but the thing that I am intolerant of is the fact that it teaches you not to trust within yourself or to allow the body's natural processes. The body has its natural processes. The reason why this system perpetuates sickness is because it seeks to suppress. So you can get a treatment, but then it's going to come back hotter and heavier and harder later on because your body and your spirit is trying to express something. And again, the point of this video, which you see, this is my brain. I will take you through tunnels to illustrate a point. There are entities and beings that affect our energy, and you might have a spirit attached to you, or a certain being or entity that's purpose is to siphon energy from you. You might, for example, just to be very clear, people can be taken over by these entities. Our minds are very malleable. People can be taken over by these entities. So if you associate yourself and are hanging around or sleeping around with somebody who is affected by these entities and controlled by these entities, you are giving those entities access to you. Discernment is a really, really, really important skill these days. It is an important emotional and physical and mental skill. You have to develop the eyes to see. The eyes to see when these things are playing out. Because through people, entities will find you. Because entities attach to the minds of the living. Entities attach to the energy of the living. So, we are living in a world where there are angels, there are demons, there are humans. We are souls. We are souls in these physical bodies. And your soul is, your body is a house for your soul. So when your soul's all funked up, your body's gonna start getting funky. Your body's gonna start showing you as funky. Don't go trying to suppress that. Allow it to come up. Look at it. Have acceptance of it. Have willingness to transform. The more we can face it, the more we can move through it. Instead of trying to push it back. Instead of trying to push back the timeline. pushing back the timeline will only put you on a real bad timeline. A timeline that is meant for your destruction. And this is ultimately like, yeah, my view on Western healthcare. I don't want to say healthcare. The Western Sickness Perpetuation Station. Okay, like, because the body and the spirit are intertwined, and these people are not making that known. It's an absolutely like heartless and soulless way of addressing the matters of health and well-being. Oof. These things are really important. They're really important. Which one of you is watching this video and does not have a body? Is not inhabiting a body? Please. If you have a body, you have the right to trust in your body, in the power of your body, in the knowledge of your body. Yeah, like, your body is strong, but we're making our bodies weak. Those drinks you'll be drinking, those foods y'all be eating, maybe not you, but somebody, the general population of this place, is drinking those drinks and eating those things that I can't even really bring myself to call it food. It's not nourishment. It's poison. And it's just really disheartening to watch that happening on a mass scale, and for these people that do that on a regular basis, and then their bodies are all going crazy, and then they're like, oh, I need to call the doctor, and the doctor's like, oh, you have this symptom, here's this drug for $500, and oh, by the way, all that time you spent in the hospital, oh, that's like another whatever it is. But, and then like the whole thing with like health insurance and like this fear perpetuation that if you don't have health insurance, you're gonna die. And then this fear of death. Even though these people, the way that they live their life is through death. Everything they put in their bodies is death. Every thought they think is death. And then they're so afraid of death. It's crazy. This stuff is crazy. This is what I'm seeing, y'all. So, anyway. What a tunnel we have explored today. Hopefully this gave you something to think about, or it gave you something that resonated with you, or gave you insight, or gave you direction. My biggest word, word of guidance is just start recentering in within yourself. And if you do not trust yourself, start practicing trust in yourself, even if it's such a small thing or a large thing. Don't be afraid to say what you're seeing, because the system is designed to, make you not trust yourself. But that is where the entities take hold of your soul. So, again, it goes hand in hand. So just be mindful and keep watch out. Keep looking, okay? Don't close your eyes. Don't close your eyes. Keep watching. So, anyway, goodbye. See you next time.